None of that exists. It's just play with the streamer for as long as you want, up to 3 streams. Now, let's say you go over. Let's say you make a oopsie and you go into a 4th stream in that 10-minute range. Then you get zeroed out, and we're just constantly looking at those last 10 minutes. So all you need to do, worst case scenario, step away for 10 minutes. That is the worst absolute case. What? You have to make me step away for 10 minutes?
I'm not fucking leaving!
Just all you have to do is stop dropping your ball for 10 minutes. And I saw a quick question. This does not involve Tilted. Tilted is remaining disconnected from this system. So this is Race and Royale. So, questions.
I got no questions, but my immediate thought is the people that juggle, you can't juggle anymore. Yeah. No juggling. Right?
Yeah, there's no juggling energy, there's no managing this like top tier racing. So it brings the skill gap down.
People are asking about a timer. I'm going to assume you're not going to see the timer.
You will.
Oh, nice.
The intention is that at the end of the race, where you see that you're zeroed, it would give you a time relevant to that stream. So you'll have to kind of watch your times in each stream. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, you'll also have this feature in the app and on the website. So you'll see the times that are relevant to the streams. And you'll know which ones need to pop off, kind of thing. So if one's like at 10 minutes, you wait. If the one's at 3 minutes, if you wait for that to fall off, then you can continue playing. Does that make sense?
Yep. Yeah, so you can be in a channel, but once you drop, then the game reads that you've dropped.
It's actually not when you drop. It's when the race finishes.
Okay. Cool. There you go. Yeah. When the race finishes, the game reads
when the race finishes
that you've raced.
Yeah.
And so that 10-minute timer will start after your first race. What is happening here? Why does everybody have lasers. This trail?
Awesome.
Oh, it's lasers.
Yeah.
Whoa, dude. That's great.
People are doing it just every season, like constantly these new things pop up.
I know.
It's probably not new, but it's new to me.
Right. Well, it's just the creativity is awesome. It always has been, man. Marbles is that type of game that just, and different types of creativity too, whether it's a builder or streamer or whatever. Even the balancing of the grind is art.
Yeah. I'm just seeing a couple questions. So
yeah, do it.
People are saying, is it just like the start of the time? No, the timer will reset every time you refresh in that stream. Every time you finish a race, it'll refresh that 10 minutes. So you got to manage that. Now, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, if it's a 10-minute race, then you're good after that one race.
Yeah. I think there's positives and negatives to this. And I think one of the biggest positives is obviously no more cleanups. But it also, with that 10-minute range, it allows the streamer to engage their community for the final moments of their stream, which is unheard of.
I was just DMing somebody about that.
Yeah.
Like how you can, as a streamer, like cleanups kill the momentum. And you can like ride your stream hype momentum straight into a raid and bring that with you, as opposed to it dying out while you're cleaning up.
Yeah.
It's always been a struggle.
That's a fact. You can watch it happen. Now that we've said it, for those of you who are like, nah, that ain't true, go to a stream and watch the ending. Watch when somebody goes cleanup mode and watch the decline of the hype of the stream. And just eliminating that, I think, is better for the health of the streamer, but also for the health of the community. And when I say health, I mean like the growth of that person, the growth of that community. So it's just really important to keep those people together because at the end of the stream, if everybody's rushing out, you never really get to actually close off the day with your community. You're kind of spent talking to people who are kind of fading out of the stream. But if you have 10 minutes to chill, there's no reason to rush off.
Somebody made a point. Hold on. The host doesn't have to run races, but everyone has mandatory cleanup clocks. Yeah, so something I thought about with that is like it's becoming more on you as a personal player to figure your ish out, as opposed to like maybe it being on the streamer, which it's not on the streamer. But let's be honest, the streamers feel like it is. I do.
Well, there's a reason why there's pictures all over people's streams saying cleanups.
Right.
Right. There's a reason for this.
Yeah. Mafia Queen GG's. Let's get to the next. Yep. Does this mean you unlock the gates to the zoo and let the wild animals out? I don't think so. With the 10-minute thing, you're still going to be...
Dude, this is 28 minutes ago.
What's up?
That question's 28 minutes ago.
Well, I think
it's still relevant to what you're saying.
I think it's relevant to energy going away. What about the new Gemron one?
I answered it.
Ooh.
Will there be opportunities to test out streaming in the new platform expansion? I don't know. I'll be doing like probably tests first, and then we'll see how it goes. And if we feel like we need to onboard people to test more, we will. And we have a beta branch that we can invite people into. So just keep your eye on the Discord. If you're interested in betas, just get in the Discord, and if we're like looking for more testers, we'll invite you. But yeah, there's nothing you really have to do until you hear something. The new tilt mode I was working on, it might sneak in for next season in some sort of raw form, but it's not replacing anything. It's just a side game, and it won't even be optimal for points. So if you're a grinder, it's not really. It's just a fun little mode. I think I kind of highlighted like what was the biggest obstacle so far with platform expansion, and how did it affect the project as a whole? Like it's affecting the entire thing.
Yeah, I mean it's huge.
It's been being worked on for 6 months. Like it's impacting everything, right? Because all our energy is going into that idea and expanding it, building out.
You had to take the energy out of the game and put it into that idea.
Yeah. I mean, like, I saw a comment about energy and, like, how, it's not broken. It was broken. Like, everybody complains about it. Literally, it's the talk of the town. Why do you want a system that is there to manage people and how much they're playing and make it the talk of the town? So it is broken, in my opinion. And so that kind of system needs to be fixed, because if that's the talk of the town, nobody's talking about anything else. Nobody's enjoying the game.
Yeah, well, so like from a racing standpoint, for me, like it's fine. I think it's fine. The energy's fine. But from a streaming standpoint, I think it scares streamers off. From like,
of course it does. You see it.
Yeah.
Like you can go to streams and see it.
Yeah.
You don't understand it, and then the whole like it's in the sidebar. Like this is an ancient system, and it's just been kind of evolved over the years. I think it's just change is scaring people once again, and once it gets going, it's going to be stress-free. People are going to be talking about energy less. It'll be talked about probably for the first or second season it comes out.
I related it to the end of Aladdin when the genie breaks free, he's set free.
Dude, I just think it's going to be chill. Like, Marbles will be more chill again. It won't be the full chill mode where nobody stresses about anything, but it'll be a lot less chill.
Well, I mean, I don't know. The racing side might be different. I don't know. We'll just see.
like, why would somebody enjoy energy in its current form? Like, what is it that you're like, well, oh my God, I really love it?
It's what you've said in the past where it gamifies a passive game, you know?
It'll still be gamified,
It'll still be gamified, yeah. I think it'll be a little different for people because of what I said earlier, like the juggling. Like, I think the jugglers are going to be the most upset because they have fun, like, managing that and doing that and, you know, whatever it is. But I don't think there's, you know, that's not the majority of the marblers in this world.
Yeah,
kind of like we've talked about in the past,
really
like
juggling.
Who's cranking 20 streams at one time? Like, not that many. Like, they're out there, but there's not that many. So,
yeah, I think it's better. I think a lot of people. I think there's a lot of like weird playing going on. I think I'm getting a lot of reports of people botting, whether they're botting or not. That kind of sentiment in the category is just, it's like, that's a challenging topic to talk about.
Yeah.
But it's real. Like, it's tangible. You can taste it. So that, in my opinion, requires change, right? And if you're not changing things and evolving, you're just fading into the darkness. So this is a system we're all going to bite down on, and I bet you 99% of people are going to enjoy it. And there's going to be a few people frustrated at first, but I think the community might end up in a better place. Now, if it doesn't, we'll once again address it and move forward. Like we always have. Like, we're 7 years into this. If you're new around here, like, we're 7 years into this. It's changed many times in the past, and it's going to continue changing into the future as we learn. But as a simplicity form, as getting people into the game, as growing the community, as growing the game, getting people playing across platforms, I think it's a better move, and I'll stand on this hill until I die on it.
Well, and like anything else, you throw it out there and see what happens, and you know, keep going, keep on plowing forward. I think, yeah, I don't know. Most streamers are going to be cool with it. I think you're going to see once streamers that have like stopped marbling get wind. Like, wait, no energy? Let me try marbles again. I mean, I know specific people who left marbles because of energy. Like, yeah, I don't talk about this stuff because it's just like it's not worth talking about it. But yeah,
I mean, like if you look at the numbers, right? It's time for a change. It's time to evolve with the platforms to see what's going on. Like, if we have people spreading across multiple platforms as well, that'll have to be managed in a simple way.
Yeah, I don't know how that would work at all with an energy system. So that's where my brain is in terms of just this like change in general. Like you're doing multiple platforms, so it's like you got to figure out it. Like, does energy even work with multiple platforms? And like, you know, maybe the timing system is just easier in that sense. So yeah, that's what my thought was with the changing of the energy. Like, it just coincides with the platform expansion.
Yeah. And then like there's there won't be like the zeroing now, like the zeroing with the new system when it drops. That's like, you're talking about now just waiting 10 minutes. We're currently, it's pay the price to reset or move on and come back tomorrow. Right?
Yeah.
Like, I haven't seen one argument towards that. That's an interesting point. Like, what does that impact things if people only have to disappear for 10 minutes versus 24 hours?
Right.
Right? And you can argue, well, see, some people will still roll all zeroed and stuff, but in general, people want to play, they want to earn points, they want to participate. And I think the standardization of play will maybe tighten up the competition a little bit too. Who knows what happens with that? Maybe it doesn't. But I'm willing to bet that if everybody's under the same rule set and there's no hidden features, right, about the racing system,
yeah,
maybe it'll get better. And then if it gets better, then we have some breadcrumbs to walk into how do we evolve the XP system and all that, right? Because those have a lot of hidden features that a lot of people are confused about. So if energy works and is standardized and everybody's like, whoa, this is actually pretty cool and this actually has benefited my stream, maybe we then target the XP system and how all that is very complex and hidden, and we start simplifying that down too. So this is the path to the future. This is the way, and we're going to walk it and see what happens. Yeah, but back to the question originally, it was like, what challenges, right, have we faced in the platform expansion and like working this way? We're going from a single server that was built in like 2018 to a multi-server system that will handle platform expansion, which is another issue, right? We have people playing all over the world. We've learned that people basically across the ocean, Germany, like those places, run into more issues interacting with our system than others, than like the North American people. And this is because latency to servers. And by doing what we're building, we'll also kind of fix up some of those problems. Hopefully it perfects it, but it should at least make it better at minimum. And we won't know the impacts of that until we launch it. And that's like another reason why we need to just start getting information and get it running behind the scenes. So like I've had DMs from, not DMs, but like tickets from people in like the Philippines and stuff who, when you get later in the season and there's more maps in the system, it doesn't work. Like they can't engage the map builder. They can't get maps. So like later in the season when there's more information in the system, they can't get it.
That's what it was. But I saw the one.
Yeah, that's one of the challenges. Yeah, and that applies really to everything. Is like as latency goes up to the server, you'll get more fails. And so these are things that are being fixed. These are things that are being expanded upon and bettering the system and preparing for more people to come on board. I would argue that a lot of people probably left the game as there's more frustrations, as we can't expand to the global side, and like also accessibility, right? Languages. That's another thing we want to kind of work on going into next year, is kind of expand on accessibility and put more languages in the game. So yeah, it's been a challenge, and it's going to continue to be a challenge because we're really expanding our tool set and learning to build better systems that are applicable to everybody versus like just to North America or whatever, right?
Yeah. I think it'll be interestingly fun. Cause like, yeah, when you just walk away and then you're clean when you come back. Less stress on that front.
For a streamer?
For a racer, I mean, there's definitely going to be less stress for a streamer. I mean, for a streamer too, yeah, like take breaks or like switch games or whatever it might be without thinking about it too more. Raid, it's just like, again, as a streamer, there's times where you do, I mean, I do a lot of playing by ear sort of a thing. So like, sometimes it just feels like a good moment to raid. There's like some, but again, like the cleanups would just kill that sometimes. It's like, all right, let's clean it up before we raid.
Right.
Anyway.
Yeah, the worst case scenario is you're in a 10-minute cooldown, right?
Yeah.
I think there'll still be skill. And for those who are pushing the boundaries, like there'll still be optimal ways to race, and there'll be ways to stand out. It just won't be as extreme. It won't be like, oh, you got to tuck a few energy here, a few energy there, unlock it when you can. Which most people don't even understand you can do that. Like, there's been countless time where there's people in the Discord, like, asking questions about that, and you explain it, and they just, like, right over their head because they can't even consume energy at its minimum.
Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, the truth will tell in the pudding, right? Like, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah. Big true. All right.
But we always see these kinds of... Just... Remember, as you're making these comments, we see this every single time we make a change. Every single time. No matter what we do. So, it's common. Keep spreading your opinions. Put them in the Discord. Make a discussion. See what other people think. Layer your discussions together. Like, once again, those discussions, they're amazing. Right? Once you stop being afraid of other people's opinions about stuff and just let the idea flourish and die out if it's good, if it's bad, and flourish if it's good, like, that's the best way to find the best idea. Is just let people talk. There's people in this community who've been here for 7 years. These people in this community have been here for a week. Everything's valid.
Well, and there's always going to be people on both sides, or all three sides, or four sides, or whatever it is.
Right.
So if you want to be a part of any community, you're just going to have to deal with different minds. And we all got to deal with his mind. But it's always been just like, float towards what you enjoy. There's a lot to experience in marbles in general, and there's a lot of different communities within the community.
Absolutely.
We had Tiwu Slave last race. GG's Tiwu Slave on the last one, getting the tournament coins. Hidden Juju Beast this time. GG's. Let's get to the next. Yeah, I don't know. You wanna read any of these or go through any of them?
Yeah, I'll keep going.
Because I don't know what you really want to touch on or not.
Yeah, it's challenging.
Yeah.
Would it be possible?
It's about basically moving the UI around. That would be a great feature in my opinion. But I know that's not an easy thing to do.
Oh, like customizable UI?
Yeah, like being able to move. People.
Yeah, you know what's customizable is that pop-up where you get gifted something as a streamer or as on the main game. You can move that, right? So we have the tech, we've built it. It's really just about expanding it and working on the other pieces of the puzzle, which are a little bit bigger, but it's possible. So I would say eventually keep talking about it, maybe bring it up in a discussion. Right now, platform expansion is the focus, and we got a lot of like kind of trailing work that'll come after that happens. Mm-hmm. And the plan is once we put out the system, we want to plug in a new streaming platform every season, hopefully. So like, I think right now it's planned for January, like season 58, we hit YouTube. Then it's like season 59, maybe X, 50 or 60 would be, maybe Kick if we can get approved on that API, or there's so many other platforms kind of coming up. So we'll see. But yeah, we'll continue sliding in features and trying to expand on what you guys want. There's so much stuff. Like the new system enables us to do multiple loadouts for viewers. So like now we can store a set of loadouts for somebody. Like it's not going to drop right away, but that's a feature that we've built into the core function of the servers so that we can handle it. When we do get the opportunity, we can build that in. That's another feature we want. People have been requesting that for years, right? Yeah. The ability to set up and lay out multiple loadouts and then kind of pick them as you play. So there's really good ideas and there's really good framework to start building on this stuff that everybody's been requesting for years. And I can't stress that enough. Like this system is built to solve a lot of these problems going forward. Here's another one. I think we have 4 different developers developing programs now that lift off the data that we put into the streamers' folders, right? Every time a race finishes and whatever. Mm-hmm. So getting an API is also something that we've built into the features. It's just not going to be available right away. But the idea is that eventually we can put out an API so that these apps can now become a lot more stronger and a lot more viable to achieve whatever they want to achieve with the data, right? So there's a lot of stuff that's built, future-proofing our existence and what we can provide to you guys, because we've been here for 7 years. Like we've been listening to you guys. It's just challenging to build on top of a system that is so ancient that we built out when we started. And so sometimes you have to step back, rip things apart, and put it back together in a better way. And that's kind of what's happening. And as we're putting things back in, we're reaching all these hurdles to get to the part where we can test it live with you guys, putting it in the back end and start listening to the data, understand whether the system's scalable. Once we have that check in the box and it works, then we can kind of slide it out real time. And then that's hopefully either 57 or 58 whenever we're kind of feeling comfortable. That's what we're working towards. Any updates for missions next season? There might be like a tuning, but nothing major. Like we're really working towards platform expansion, so I don't want to like throw wrenches into stuff. Even the XP system, I don't expect any big changes. Or even energy, like I said. Energy is going to stay the same if it doesn't go into the new system.
Huffdole wins again. What the heck?
Guy wins again?
Yeah, he won the first, or they won the
Wow.
first as well.
Is there other hope of changing in-game colors for names? Maybe. I'm still on the standpoint of like standardization helps
Yeah,
everybody identify what's going on.
Yeah, across the board, you know, you have you can change like the team. You can do the team thing, which
Yeah.
kind of changes the colors, and you can't choose like specific colors, but there's like 6 you can choose from. So there's that option. But then that's like a team thing, I guess. But yeah, personally,
Yeah,
I
it's
think
not
the
really what they're
standardization
asking for.
across the board is super important.
Yeah, at least I'm still holding that opinion. I hear you.
Yeah.
Feel free to discuss it. I mean, if everybody wants it, maybe we just put in a feature that kind of enables it, and then you could turn it on or off. What will the energy system mean for MSLA? I mean, you'll have to.
I think you just have
talk
to think
MSLA.
about it yourself. Like, so yeah, if you're dropping an MSLA, you just got to remember that the 10-minute recording is at the end of the race. So if you did a race before that MSLA race takes more than 10 minutes, then you'll like be clean and be able to drop somewhere else. But then once that MSLA race finishes, then it's another 10-minute thing there. You know, so you just got to kind of like work it out in your head.
And another thing to note, there's 2 variables there that can adjust. There's the 10-minute timer, which is initial right now, and then the 3 streams. Those numbers can move around depending on how we see interaction work, right? So those 2 things are not set in stone. We can adjust those every season. If it's positive, it's negative. But yeah.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah, it'll be confusing at first because it's new, right?
Yeah.
Just like when you dive into a new game. It's like, oh, what do I do here? You might have been playing games all your life and you dive into a game that's different. You can be like, whoa, how do I do this? And you're fumbling with UI and stuff like that. But the idea is simple. 3 streams, if you're playing in 3 streams, you should be fine. If you go beyond that, within a 10-minute period, you're going to have some troubles. And you're going to have troubles for 10 minutes. And then you just chill. And you just stop playing for 10 minutes. If you're paying attention, like truly paying attention, it should be 0 problems. If you're like trying to finagle 3 streams, adding fourths, and trying to like jump around so much, you might have problems. But really, 3 streams every 10 minutes shouldn't be limiting to anybody. And that's playing. That's finishing races with those people. That's not just being there. You could be in as many streams as you want. Watch as many people as you want. Support as many people as you want. Would it be an option in the future to equip your current skin and or modifier on a trail shop, including be able to turn it?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm guessing they're just like they want to test more stuff. The customization is the way it is right now.
Look at it, sort of a
Yeah,
thing.
like we're far beyond re-scoping that right now. It's not that we're against it, it's just the time. It's just time investment right now. What happens with raids? I'm guessing that's regarding energy.
Yeah.
It's simple. It's
well, we've kind of answered it because it'll, you know, the timer will start at the end of the race. That's just what you got to remember. So depending on
your streams,
what the stream was you were just in before, you might have to wait before you drop. But again, like this is one of those things like we can speculate and talk about for so long, but we will not know anything until we're in there using it and doing it and communicating with each other about it and then figuring it out in that sense.
Yeah.
So when it comes down to the speculation, just remember to try not to get too emotional or whatever about it and just wait and see kind of a thing. Because Pixel's not going to change his mind. There's no point in getting all salty and weenie about it. In my opinion, anyway. Like you can, but we just have to wait and see. Like that's it. We're not gonna convince Pixel during speculation time to change it back at this point and be like, no, we want keep our energy. He's not. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, we just spent 6 months building it. Like it's like you turning a bus.
Yeah.
When you're at the end of the trip. So we're here. Like we're like a month or 2 out of like finalizing, and we'll see how it goes. Overall, I think it's going to be positive. I think there'll be the emotional side, but I can't express the amount of new streams I've been in where they're just like so confused and it ends up like just killing the momentum when they got to try to figure out energy and people are demanding cleanups.
Yeah, I mean, you're good at seeing things like that because you're out in the community watching. You know what I mean? Like,
we moved Marble Fest, right? Yeah. Off season because why? Cleanups were one of the biggest complaints managing your energy.
Yep, insane.
So actually, maybe that also evolves Marble Fest, and there is like, man, we got some big things potential for Marble Fest that's going to expand things beyond just a select group of people hosting a fest. That's all I'll say on that matter. When will a slot be counted as filled in the new system? When the race finishes, yeah.
So if you're part of a raid and you need to wait 10 minutes to drop in a new stream, it depends when the last race ended in the previous stream. Yeah. And then when that first race you enter in ends, right? So like, because the timer starts at the end of the race. So race ends, maybe the streamer has an ending video that they do before they raid in, and that's 5 minutes. And then you enter the first race, and that takes 5 minutes to end. Then that's 10 minutes, and you're good. But yeah, it's that will be the juggling. The raids will be the juggling, I'd say, or just moving streams in general. Maybe you're just going to go visit another stream in general.
Yeah, or if you're like with a streamer that's aware, maybe you'll hang out for 5-10 minutes, and then when the raid occurs, that timer's already cleared, right? Like the streamer can now stop racing and chill for 10 minutes. As people just their timers tick down, and then they go off in a raid and enjoy.
Well, that's true too. Like cleanups could be a 10-minute farewell. Like you do your farewell speech or video or whatever. Thank everybody for all that stuff. Credits, the things that some streamers like to do.
Yeah, like I understand the pain because it's been ingrained into culture for so long, and we're kind of like shifting it now, and that's the pain. It's like, oh, we've been doing this for so long. This is kind of like the momentum. But it's like, it's actually a broken system. And once we kind of like retune it, I think everybody will kind of open their eyes and be like, whoa, okay, maybe I don't like the 10 minutes. Maybe we can draw that down to 5. Maybe the 3 streams is a little bit too little with this new system, or maybe it's too much. Maybe 2's going to be good.
Well, and that's another just point too. Like someone says maybe a raid should trigger a reset. Like I think this stuff will just kind of be figured out once we're dived in and, we're going to be talking about it. I'm sure there's going to be discussions out the wazoo. And I mean, that's part of the Pixel's done this just forever. It's part of the whole thing. He just throws a wrench into something and then we all talk about it and things just keep changing. Like, it just.
Yeah. Open discussion.
I don't even know what to say at this point other than that's just how it goes, how it's always been. And we settle into things and then he changes them again and we settle again. He changes again and settle. But maybe settle isn't the right word because he always finds something that's like, oh, this is kind of like, some like a rough patch. So I got to change this, or this is like creating this sort of a thing. So I got to change that. And yeah.
I saw a question about stamina earlier. Stamina's not changing. There might be, when the new system comes, there might be a growth in stamina. Like you might get more, just because of how everything's kind of balanced together. But there's no plans to go crazy with stamina, at least not off the hop. And just kind of, we want to watch the new system in play with as least other changes as possible so that we can learn. And we'll just continue paying attention. We're going to have a lot more data from the system as well. I can't express that enough. Like, we're going to be able to learn at an exponential rate because we're going to have a lot more information on how people are utilizing the game and playing and where they're playing. And how, like, where viewers are learning. Like, this is one of the coolest things I think that was snuck in is that we're going to be able to know where somebody first found marbles, where you first played. And for us to understand that, now we can build systems that maybe reward people who are onboarding many people. Maybe, right? Like, we've expanded our system and it really opens the doors for some really cool features. How will a long 3 to 4 hour race? Oh yeah, we explained that. At the end of the race is when everything's kind of tallied. So manage yourself accordingly, depending on that timer. A lot of questions about that timer at the time.
Yeah, I mean, that's the new energy, right? So or it will be. So we need to know all the specifics about how to manage our energy, dude.
Yeah. I'm guessing that it keeps people from going to more than 3 streams yeah, I mean, like, that's always been a thing, right? People are going to more streams than they can, right? And that's how people zero out. So it's in the current system. It's just now it's a lot simpler. Yeah, another energy question. I think we've talked a lot about energy and like the new system. So we're just calling it like too many races. Too many streams. Does the timer reset? Yeah, we answered that.
Yeah, that's fine.
So much questions about that. It's crazy.
Well, isn't that the main question every season? Like, is energy changing? So
it is, yeah.
So it's big. It's big for people. That's
for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's like, to me, that's the problem. Like, to me, I see that as a problem. If that is the conversation topic, like, we want you guys talking about Race Pass, like when that comes out. Like, we want you guys talking about the cool stuff going on and enjoying streamers, not worrying about, hey, can you do one more?
Right.
Hey, can you stick around for 3 more? Like, it's kind of a meme at this point. Like, we all have fun with it. But at the end of the day, it's like, that's another thing in the streamer's head that's kind of like, oh, geez. Like, people don't want to let viewers down. And that's the bottom line. Like, people don't want to let you guys down. That is such a huge factor. And simplifying that system for at minimum streamers, I think will have such a positive impact. Even if, let's even like say it's like up to 10% of the ecosystem is going to be stressed because they can't grind as hard as they used to. I think overall, even those people being surrounded by 90% happier people will benefit the system as a whole, will benefit the streamers, will benefit the community, will benefit the map builders. Like, it's going to benefit everybody if everybody's in a happier state. So that's just another point on that. But as always, like, bring your points up. We're always listening. Like, even now we're listening to what you're saying. So bring it to the Discord, write it down, and have a discussion about it. Like, dive in. We want to hear more. If you find something that's like, whoa, we're going to hear it. Would it be possible wait, didn't we see this?
Hearthstone Jesus, GG. Yeah, I think it's been put in there a few times.
Okay. New pieces, limit increase. Oh, yo. Yeah. The limit increase actually has already been increased on Map Builder, if you guys noticed. I did it 2 days ago. I was testing something. So, yes. Map Builder is also getting a piece increase on pieces and obstacles. So that's good. And then we also have new stuff dropping next season, regardless of whether the new system comes out or not. So Map Builders, if you go earlier on in this video, you'll see when I kind of explain it. There's some cool stuff. Like, I actually think you guys are going to have a lot of fun next season. Yeah. So yeah. Oh, do I streak my beard? No, this is natural. I'm just aging because of you guys. I'm aging at excessive rates.
The stripes, man. It's glorious. Do a lot of builders, you think? I mean, I don't know. I'm assuming, the ones that have been around for a while anyway, probably use every piece every time, right? When they're building. Oh,
a lot of people are. Yeah. Like, the builders who build are going to love you got trees next season. For those who've been using multiple pieces to make a tree, you can put a real tree in your map next season. One tree. It's going to be cool. And it won't remove your old trees. Don't worry about it. Okay, so it seems also like the whole rating thing. I think that I just want to talk.
Yeah, that was just, it was like in 3 streams, and then you get rated from 1 into a 4th or whatever, and then the race, it was like what I talked about before, where you just gotta.
I think the problem with that is, what that highlights to me is that people aren't paying attention to where they're playing. They're just following along with the streams that are rating each other and just clicking play again. They're not knowing the state of the stream. They're not knowing the state of their energy. And to me, that's a bad thing. Like, that is, you're not paying attention to where you're playing. And that is what's causing people to get reported, get banned. Because I have a simple rule now. If you disrespect a streamer in the form of botting, just spamming, and you cause them to report you, I will just ban you for the season. Like, and that's the way I work. Is like, if I get a significant amount of reports and you've been doing this, I'll just ban you and say, come back next season. You can apply for an unban, no problems. But you'll lose a season. And that's your choice. So that's how I'm handling it now, because so many people are just doing this. And I've been doing this for a few seasons, so don't get all panicky. It's been happening. But there's a lot of reporting coming from streamers where people are just not paying attention to where they're playing, and they'll raid out and there's still plays going on, and then they get banned, and then the purple person comes in 30 minutes to a day later, goes, oh, I just noticed I'm banned. And it's like, okay, well, it took you 30 minutes to an hour to a day to notice. To me, that's a problem. And hopefully we can resolve that with simplicity. So once again, we'll continue watching, and I'm just going to keep listening to my tickets.
Is there a chance for a Twitch plugin that'll show each player what they placed and are finished in a race? I don't think a Twitch plugin, but I know that there's like people have created some bots, and
we are talking about extensions again.
Oh, nice.
It's just talks right now because obviously that's another development pipeline, but it's something that, once again, the new system could support something like that. So either we can build it, or if maybe there's somebody in the community who's like hot and heavy about extensions, maybe we could work together as we get our API developed. But yeah, like, it's just another point. Like, moving into this new system is going to be huge, and it's going to open up so many doors, and it's going to open up way more doors than close.
Well, the expansions and everything too, like,
yeah.
And I think this is, there's speculation out the wazoo, but streamers are gonna love this in comparison to what they're dealing with now, especially if they're coming in new. And like you said, when you go to a new Marble stream and they, like, even just when the end screen happens, it's like, what is energy? What is, like, there's nothing to say. Everyone's just confused, and so they don't even deal with it. And
I've even seen, like, we've seen some streams, I won't mention names, but like some streams really try to adopt the energy, but for their primary community, it makes no sense to them.
Yeah.
And so you're creating this, like, separation in their core community just because there's a few marblers there. That shouldn't happen. That shouldn't be the case. So that's just another factor that we, like, played into it, and it just makes more sense. Points okay. I'll throw it into a points question.
Well, it's saying, like, when you zero out, it's like when you're zeroed out right now, right? You're not getting points anywhere once you hit that fourth, and then you got to wait 10 minutes and then you're good again.
Yeah, consider the timeout same as a zero currently, except you don't have to wait 24 hours for it to reset, or until the next reset. You can just wait 10 minutes. That's the worst case scenario.
Yeah. Now, if you enter a fourth stream and you drop your ball, and the other 3 streams you're in all finish before that fourth one finishes, you're going to get points for those 3. But then once the fourth one finishes, you're timed out for 10 minutes.
Yeah, across all of them.
Across all of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you can still drop. You're zeroed out. You're not timed out. You're zeroed out.
Correct. Yeah. The game's not going to time you out. You're actually
you can still drop, but
yeah, you're just zeroed out like you are now. Part-time bonus. I mean, we tune the system a little bit every season. I don't expect any major changes for next season. There might be a little bit, but
I've just been yapping. I didn't start this.
Just keep talking about it. Like, keep talking about it in discussions and stuff. And we're listening. We're trying to tune the system, but we're not just making aggressive changes right now because we're about to move into this the new system that handles everything, and we don't want to make any like insane changes that is going to kind of blind us of the overall changes, if that makes sense. Dust and Marble money become just for aesthetics now?
Yeah, because there's not paying for when you zero out anymore.
Yeah, so that perspective is so interesting.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Like,
because it's like it always used to be just for aesthetics, right?
Yeah.
But then we put it into energy. So yeah, it's going back to what it was. I've heard it. I was talking about the idea of the new system across a couple streams now. And one idea that came up is, can we still reset that timer? It's in my brain, maybe. So we'll find more uses for dust and marble money 100% because that's good. Obviously, the more we eat that, the better it is for us as a studio. But we still, I think the energy thing, even spending on that is, there's two sides to that coin as well, like spending for energy or not. Like, obviously it's been fun and it's decent support for the studio, but at the end of the day, if it hurts more than not, then we want to tune it.
Tilts used to be 100, it's 50 now, and that's probably where it's staying. But that's a
tilts used to be 100.
Yeah, someone's just asking about increased tilts to 100.
Increased tilts to 100. What?
100 marbles on limit.
Oh yeah, no, I wouldn't expect any increases to tilts. Yeah. I think this question is not related to marble. I think this is. Am I missing something? Like loyalty chest is stream raiders, is it not?
What about the addition of streamer loyalty chests where we could earn points towards streamer
the
skins?
addition.
Yeah, like you do something like that.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I mean, maybe in the future, it's just not in the pipeline. Like, add that to the Discord. It's a great idea. It's just a system on top that we haven't really started designing or planning for yet. Not a bad idea. What? Do you understand this? My third, is it possible to see in the game on
Yeah,
which
so
streams...
like the app.
Oh, that was the question from before, right? Like, you'll know where your timers are.
Oh, maybe.
You'll know where your timers are if that's what you're asking.
I was gonna say, like, you know how on the app you see who you're racing with, all that stuff, but you have it on the website as well.
Yeah, it's on the website, it's in the app, and maybe we'll get into the game as well eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, moving zeroed out people. Put it in the Discord. It's not a bad idea. It just needs to make sense.
Spieltree.
Like, there's lots of great ideas. Like, if you guys have ideas, like, don't just put them here. I want to express that because I'm not, like, writing everything down. Put it in the Discord, have a discussion about it, and let the rest of the community engage about it. Because, like, I could just give you a quick answer and be like, oh, yeah, we're not currently working on that. But it's not that I want to dismiss the idea. There's lots of great ideas out there. Salute page is blurry. I've noticed that too, actually, Nikto. It's on like the list of things to kind of tune. So yeah, good eye.
Yeah, so basically, just like straightforward. If you guys just roll in 3 streams, you're good. That's it.
Yeah. The only time is the changeover where things kind of, you might have to pay attention for a little bit and be like, okay.
Right. If you switch streams or if a raid happens, then there might be like that. You got to wait a little bit just so you don't hit a 4th stream or whatever.
Yeah.
It's basically like in what the hell was I going to say? Deleting the ability to juggle streams with energy, because it's like, you have like 2 done here, 1 done, 1 done, and 1 done, and you can get your energy back over here while using it over, the whole juggle system. But it's basically getting rid of that.
And maybe we go pay to win, where you can pay for a 4th slot. That'll really send ripples through the community.
Yeah.
Would we be able to use POG NFTs for missions? There's no plan for that right now, but now's a good time to kind of mention we are continuing our partnership with POG. Going into Marblefest, guys, we've got a really cool Marblefest pack with POG. Sorry, it's like
POG pack.
Yeah, so we've got a Marblefest pack specifically for Marblefest. Within that pack, there's a lot of cool items. There's some NFTs. There's also Web 2 items for marbles. And then there's also the Marbles on Stream pack. The Marblefest packs will only be available for Marblefest. So get them while they're hot. Each streamer is going to have 2 codes. They're going to be able to give them out to you. You go to their website and claim the packs and open them. You're going to have to crack them by, I think it's Tuesday at launch, or possibly Monday night. And then just to expand on that, Pog has their own seasons going on. They're currently in season 1, and we're going to be moving into season 2 with them with the Marbles on Stream pack. And I think what they're doing is they're going to be wiping all the packs from the system at the rotation of their own season. So be sure you're cracking your packs, guys. Make sure you're ripping them. But it's been a great partnership. I resonate with Pog. I had them when I was a kid. I see lots of people in the community engaging with Pog and engaging with a brand they engaged with as a kid. To me, that's a success. Like throughout the community, because I felt like that was going to be a hit, and I'm glad it has been. And they've been like amazing partners, and they're doing their own thing. They're also playing marbles every day, so if you see them in the category, stop in. But yeah, just expect more from Pog, because we're just having a blast, and they're really open to work together. So thumbs up for Pog. Woo! But yeah, no plan for the integration of NFTs just yet, and if it happens, I'll mention in the future. New dev skins in season 57? I don't believe so. Just on skins, next season, I'll announce this now. See, now this is awesome. You guys are asking good questions. They're hitting points. Yeah. Next season, we're bringing back the custom skin for the #1 streamer, regardless of the update of the new system launching or not. So there will be a streamer skin available for the top streamer. If the top streamer already has a skin, we'll move down the list. Okay, so that's the way we've been doing it. That's coming out now. So yeah, expect that for next season. And also just on skins, there's a lot of custom skin orders coming in. I appreciate everybody applying and sending in the support. We're working through them. If you're sending in an order right now, we are aiming for 58 now. So just expect 58 launch for a skin right now if you purchase it. But we appreciate the support a lot. It helps so much. And we got 5 skins launching next season, like for 57, and we have 1 redone skin for next season. I won't spoil it for you guys. I'll let the streamers mention it for themselves, because they obviously like to hype up their own communities. We got a couple big skins, like big creators coming in with skins. It's just gonna be hype, guys. It seems like, and the website, just a little report on the website. I know not everybody's into the Web3 space, but it is supporting creators at a level that is uncompared to others. The creators earn their share on the fly as purchases are being made. I'm really proud to build this system and work with the creators who've been wanting to be on that platform. Who's showing the site now. It's just so cool. And we want to continue building on this, and the support that's coming into that site, I can't express it enough. It is helping us continue doing what we're doing, building on the missions, building on all this stuff going on. We want to do more mints. I saw a question about mints. There's nothing planned just yet. We're working towards platform expansion aggressively, and the art team still has a lot of different things to work on before we get to designing an entire new collection. But we have the goals to continue doing collections, and just keep your ears to the ground for collections. They're not stopping. We just want to continue doing more. So it's fun. I mean, we've always been passionate about the art that goes into Marbles on Stream. We develop all of it in-house. That is one thing that I've always been proud about, is that the entire wheelhouse of Marbles on Stream visuals is all developed in-house, minus a few meshes like pulled from like for trees and stuff like that, like random things. But the team works aggressively to bring you guys new stuff every season. And the fact that we can now bring that to a blockchain, put it out there, and you guys can collect it and hold it in your own wallets is huge for us. And that takes us into ownership. And I love the idea of self-ownership, self-custody of assets. Whether they're worth something or not, to me, it's collectibles. And it means more to me when it's something that you guys can hold and be passionate about. And building on top of those features, it feels really good. It feels good when people are like holding it and be like, yeah, like I really love this collection. I love this piece. I just pulled this. So keep collecting. Those who are participating. If you're not, learn slowly. If you're curious, dive in. I mean, regulation is moving in. The U.S. is kind of finally moving forward. So just take your time, learn, listen to the people that are doing it. There's lots of cool stuff and features you can tap into. And there's a lot of ways to support each other using the features we put there. So that's another thing that's really cool, is everybody's able to support each other with kind of the features we put there for you guys. So yeah, use them at your own will. And I respect those who aren't using it and don't want to. That's fine. It's just another side to what we're building. As you guys know, we have a lot of pieces to the moving parts of our company, and we're going to continue expanding those. And it truly does support us, so I appreciate it. Okay, so that was that. That was like skins and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully that helps that. Yeah, there's no new dev skins.
Sometimes you go off. It happens.
Yeah. Is there anything you want to chime in on before I continue digging?
No. I like the dig.
Okay. When does the 10-minute timer start? Yeah, we talked about that. Two different timers. Put the 2 different timers idea. It's an idea. Put it in the Discord so we can kind of fine tune it. I can understand deeper of what you're thinking. Right now is going to be a challenging.
Yeah, all ideas in the Discord. Just keep that in mind. Any suggestions, ideas, all that stuff. It'll just be better received in the Discord. I also want to say that I have no control over Pixel's voice. Sometimes it just gets echoey. I don't know why. It's like something with this Twitch feature, or maybe my set. I don't know. But sometimes
sometimes my voice is coming through, like your picture moves to my voice. Maybe it's hearing itself, like maybe it's hearing me. Is that possible? Like
I hear the echo too because I'm monitoring, and right now you're not echoed. But sometimes, like, it's rare, but
okay.
It happened once a little bit ago. I don't know. Maybe it's latency or whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
It's hopefully, good now, but I just want to.
Hopefully you can still understand.
When it happens, I have no control. Just want to let people know that.
Okay. End of race, it's when the race finishes, when the data is sent. That is when.
If you ever see like people's bots that respond in chat, like that's it. The bot got the info, so then it says it in chat, and it's like that's when it happens right at the end, when it shows the winner.
I'm sorry. I appreciate like the comments about my beard, but I just gotta keep moving.
Yeah, we're this is business, you know. We're here for business.
Business time.
The fun starts. Well, we already had our fun screaming the leaderboards, and then we get down to the nitty gritty of what's gonna happen next season and all that good stuff. We got to pick his brain, and then we party all night.
Is that another? I think this is another idea, Apple. So yeah, I'm just gonna move on. In the rankings, I saw there was a player that had over 160k points and only had like 15 races. How's that possible? You can make big points in races where records are hit. So yeah, that's how people are doing it. I think I saw one in the Discord. You can see when big ones are hit. People post pictures. Check out the Discord, and I think it's called Chunkies, Season Chunkies, and somebody else creates the thread.
Can I chime in real quick?
Yeah.
Jedits GG's first of all. I think. Like, that's another point of confusion for a lot of streamers. I don't know if you've ever thought about that in general. You know, like the point system, and, you know, they might set up a Grand Prix, but every race is giving out different points, and they're kind of like, well, what the heck's going on? How come this person didn't get any wins, and they're up here? And you know what I mean? They're all confused about that. Even though there's a local leaderboard, but that's a whole nother learning thing as well.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, it's like we've been tuning it. If you notice, like, there used to be, like, you can go up to like 400,000 points. Right. We're tuning it down. But we know that the excitement has been a success. Like, when there's excitement from something being hit, some goal being met, it's resonated positive. So we want to continue leaning into that, but expanding it and kind of cleaning it up. Maybe we can visualize some of the elements of like when you're hitting some of the things we're looking for in the equation. But we're ahead of that right now. Like, we're not able to kind of expand on that idea yet, but it is something we've talked about as we kind of see this system play out. So yeah, like I said, bring up the ideas. I think they're really good in terms of like the system and where you guys wanted it to meet. Because I think there's some really good opinions out there about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no initial like intent, but yeah, like I think that's, like I said, with energy, it's going to highlight simplicity versus complexity. And if we see a really strong impact from energy, we're going to know that we should be walking in that direction. But if we don't, then we'll be kind of tuning accordingly. Idea suggestion. I'm just going to skip it. Race pass. I can talk a little bit about it. We're probably a season or two away from that. So like 58, probably 59, 60. I think I said on 59 on the post, but I think I said 58 actually. But with the delays, 58. I think we're gonna aim for 59. So yeah, but the idea is that there'll be a pass. You can earn stuff from it, skins, modifiers, all things from the game. You buy it, but we also will slide in like marble money, tournament coins, community coins. We'll slide in a whole bunch of stuff, and that'll be like I would expect the race pass to almost replace the ongoing drops that we do a lot of the time, and we'll use drops in a more precise manner. So the race pass will be like your go-to for a lot of the resources that we output in the game, and then drops we'll use to like highlight specific events, Marble Fest, Marble Day, of course. Like Marble Day will continue happening, but in general, like I want to pull back on drops and incentivize people to get involved in the game more. It's kind of like something that we really want to push for, and that's how you'll kind of get more of the free stuff for more. Like there'll be a free version of the pass most likely, where you can earn a few things throughout the season. But it also, the idea with the pass, just as a general idea, it's not to just go grind mode. We want to try and guide people around the game. So maybe touching on like go to this mode, complete some races here, complete some BRs, go to Tilted, earn some points,
right.
And you'll kind of get pushed around the game and achieve these goals. And then as the goals get met, you'll kind of progress your pass. That's the big idea. But as we kind of fine tune it and build it forward, we'll release kind of like our plans and how we intend to publish it. But I think it's going to be really good. It'll be great it'll be like missions, right? So like we've learned a lot from missions. Missions are great. They're a great tool. And now we want to kind of bring that back to Web 2, what we've learned, and kind of tie in and expand on that idea. So yeah, I think it's going to be fun. That's the big idea.
Sweet.
Will the Morby piece get an increase in Morby variations?
More Morbies.
I guess more Morby skins.
Can you change the size?
Yeah, you can.
So probably just more Morbies then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can look into it.
Remember, every race winner's getting tournament coins. We can go a little over as well. I can start my thing a little late. It's whatever.
Yeah, nobody spammed us about energy. I mean, you guys have spammed us for years. That's the idea, right? Like, as much as this is coming in as one big swoop of a change, this is like from listening to you guys for years and knowing that we couldn't just turn the dial and make a big change on the fly, and we had to kind of rejig the system and rebuild it so that we can achieve bigger ideas. So hopefully that clears that up. Could dust any of the items? Yeah, we could probably, it would be good to get an expansion on the dust shop, clean up the UI, put it in the new UI in there, make it searchable, put more of the skins and stuff that are in there dustable. So yeah, I agree, expanding on it.
Yeah.
But it just matters when.
Right. Yeah. I'm just going to say, because the main focus is the platform expansion, and, these ideas, again, I would drop them in the Discord, just keep talking about them, because that when Pixel and the team comes back around to working on and cleaning up some things within the UI and the game, beyond the platform expansion, then that'll be some good info to have in there. Especially if it's something that he responds to like that, where he's like, yeah, you're probably right. Definitely go put it in the Discord.
Why is it 1 cent more expensive when I buy 200 marble money directly instead of 2 times in the shop? Is this in the web shop? I need a question, but most likely if it's in the game, it's due to conversion, price conversion, and how it's being handled. If it's on the website, it's just because that's a mathematical equation, and that's how it's done. So it's hard to go into micro pennies with this stuff.
Right.
Yeah, more dusting questions. I kind of talked about dust. New maps next season. Do I have a new map? I'm working on a couple things in the background, but I don't think they're prepped for launch.
You know,
I'm playing with the the water map.
Yeah.
There's an update to that plugin that's supposed to allow us to do water through tubes, and that basically enables water running down the tracks. And I've been playing with it, but it's just not hitting the way that I need it to. So, just waiting for further updates. But there's some cool stuff. That water plugin is really cool, and we'll probably continue expanding on it. But yeah, right now I'm really putting a lot of energy into the builder. Just kind of getting more pieces in there every season, trying new ideas. Because for me, it's a lot more inspiring to see you guys build things with the builder and then expanding on what you guys can do versus what I can do. Because, I mean, at this point, the amount of hours that the builder community is putting into the builder is way beyond what I would put into a map.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, why build stuff just for me when I can build for you, and then just eventually we can get to the point where I just build in the builder and that can be published, and we can maybe pick featured maps and stuff that can highlight into the main system. Like, that was a big idea early on. If things continue going forward with all this expansion, like on data and our systems, I would expect that the map builder system gets a rework, and eventually we get to the point where it's not like studio versus community. It's just like we're all in one list, and people can kind of mission match what they want. But that's for the future, hopefully. Weekly challenges.
Weekly challenge.
I wouldn't expect any movement on weekly challenges. Weekly challenges will rotate out. Oh wait, weekly challenges.
Yeah, they're like those leaderboards or whatever. I'm assuming, right?
There won't be limits. I think that's good if somebody gets rewarded for a one-off. Like, you got to think that people who pop into the game, like, they often don't get to taste all, like, some of the rewards in the community, right? Like, some of the stuff that you can work towards. And I think the weeklies is what can welcome them into the game versus us going, oh no, they don't qualify. So that's kind of like my view on it right now. I'd rather people that was the idea with weekly, is that it's a tighter competition. It's a higher chance that not the grinders are just going to win everything.
Right.
Right. So yeah. I think that makes sense for me.
Yeah.
Upcoming mission expansion. I did. You're gonna have to go back to the video.
What?
Are we getting rid of zombie BRs? Nope. I wouldn't expect them to go away. They're really cool, and I want to continue building on it. So the maps that are currently using it, I would expect to continue using it. And we reworked the city map, so that'll be fun too. Got a whole bunch of new tool sets in there, and basically all the tool sets I built for that map are also available in the builder, so you can kind of build a city there too. Next season. Moving away from the app towards the website? I don't think so. We see about 66% adoption from the apps versus 33% from the game. We aren't really weighing that against the website yet, but I don't expect it completely going away because it's just different communities at this point. Like, people have different platforms. They interact with the game in different ways. We could probably shove everybody into the website, but currently the website's Web3. So, we're going to continue expanding, but yeah, as of right now, I don't expect that changing. Using dust to craft skins, I doubt it. The dust kind of enables you to get into a different set of items, and that's the way it's built. And we give away too much stuff for free for you to be able to circle back in and get everything for free. We can't, like, if we do that, it just kills the entire business model, to be transparent.
Yep. Lots of free stuff, but everything can't be free.
Will it be possible to select a certain layer? Yeah, we wanted to achieve that actually with the UI update that we did. It just didn't get through. Potentially in the future, we'll be able to select a lot of these things. It would be cool. I don't doubt it. I'd love to be able to achieve that for you guys. And expanding what can evolve. Like, expanding not just skins evolving. Like that's another idea that we want to tap eventually.
Expanding what? What did you just say?
I deleted the question. What the hell was it?
That's okay. It sounded like you said expanding what will evolve.
Yeah. So like expanding. Yeah. Sorry.
Expanding what will evolve. Oh, okay.
Exactly.
Right.
So like right now when skins evolve, right?
Yeah.
Maybe effects, maybe death effects, maybe trails. Like we want to make all these things kind of potentially evolve because, I mean, those skins have proven to be positive. But they have a higher rendering cost in the game. That's why we hold back on a lot of it, because as we expand that, we're seeing kind of like the little dribbles of impact to the game and how we're expanding the visuals of it. Yeah. Like I turn on the shadows and it kind of gets a little bit more expensive. People are lagging more. They got to tune down the game a little bit more. So I'm sure we're trying to raise the visuals, but also at the same time, we're seeing that hardware is still a limitation for most of the people. So
yeah,
that holds us back. Like I'd love to turn on ray tracing and enable that as an option eventually, but that's a whole nother thing. Spend PvP on the web without swapping. I mean, not really anything soon.
Where's our PvP sinks?
Yeah, so there's an idea to do like a competitive racing system that I really want to do. It's just we need to get through platform expansion with the new data expansion because that will allow us to do these things. But it's like a sit and go 1v1 system basically. So you would sign up, you pay PvP, and then you race against people, and then there's a reward given. So yeah, it'd be like a sync for PvP, and it would allow you to engage the system. It's not being built currently, so don't get too excited. But it's something that we want to achieve. And there's other games we want to build on the website that would all be enabled by PvP. That's the goal. But continue expanding on it. Like I know it's kind of rough. It's going through an expansion phase, but we need that. Like we need more of the tokens spread through the economy basically. And in more hands. So whether you want it, whether you don't, it's up to you. I respect your decision to do whatever you need to do with it, but we need to go through this expansion phase as well. Because I think we're at almost 100 million put out through racing, PvP, and we have about 971 million total. So it's not like just about 10%, right? So as that kind of spreads out in the community, that's good. It's good to have more people involved, more people, poking around with it, spending it, using it, holding it, selling it, like all that stuff. So yeah, continue doing what you need to do with it. And we'll continue building on top of the kind of like that Web3 platform. The more people use it, the more it supports what we're doing, and the more people, the more we can kind of leverage into that system and expand maybe more developers or whatever, right? So it all supports what we're doing.
Mm-hmm. Keep that one. Keep the Frodo one there. I'm going to answer it later.
Okay. Will there be any more improvements to zombie mode? Oh yeah, I'm sure. There's no current expansion to zombie mode, but yeah. I mean, I think you guys enjoyed it. I think it's fun. And we'll continue building on it. Just to kind of dive into zombie mode, what that enables is it came from the respawning, and then we turned it into zombies. So we can do a lot with it. We can do things like maybe where an actual, a player comes back, as a zombie, but then you could do more things with that. Maybe if a zombie eats another player, it can turn into a zombie, or maybe you can just do all this kind of fun stuff. So it's just another avenue of growth into the BR system, right? Maybe we can even add them to racing eventually.
Zombie races. The running of the bulls.
The running of the bulls. Oh, dude. If the POG partnership continues, will there be separate announcement? I talked about it earlier in this call, so you can scroll back. Would you be open to community contests, for example, in our contest? We're actually cooking something interesting, potentially, for a community contest. I love the idea. If anybody wants, yeah. Start in the Discord, create a discussion. We've got ideas for potential. I want to start tapping map builders to maybe do some competitions where we add it to the game. It's a little bit more work, but I think I'm getting more comfortable with that idea. So yeah, we can. I think it's great. involving the community is amazing, and I think we're getting more into that direction of actually achieving things like that.
This is also being recorded to the tube, so it'll be up on the
sick.
tube.
Hell yeah. So yeah, review it on the tube. I've answered a lot of the questions. There was another question about the pass. I just skipped it. We talked about it in depth. So yeah, just scroll back, guys. What needs to be done before we can see a specific map builder mode for battle royales? A lot more work. Yeah, a lot more work. It's not even being worked on right now. Weekly pass season spotlight in the shop be returning. Weekly past season spotlight. Oh, yeah. Potentially. We'll be able to target a zombies? No, zombies don't have brains, so no.
Well, they have brains. They're just... Well, I guess it depends how... It depends what...
Not our zombies. Okay, not our unit. Not in the Marbleverse.
Okay. Marble zombies don't have brains.
And that's specifically done that way. It's like the zombies are non-interactive things, but we can end up doing things where maybe people respawn, right? Like we already have that where you can respawn and then you are selectable.
Right.
Just not in all modes. So, yeah. And then now, that's it. We made it.
It's incredible, honestly.
I mean, yeah, it's great to see so many questions, so much like unique questions. So people are very interested in the game. People are interested in how it's changing. People are interested in how it's not changing. So yeah, we're pushing forward. Like it's fun. I think the first half of 2025 is going to be very interesting. There's just some cool things being cooked up. And features launching hidden in the game that are just going to enable us to do a lot more for you guys. Like, I can't express that enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to like the whole energy thing is huge. It's huge. I think that's going to change the dynamic of the game. And I think it's going to change the dynamic of the community as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to open the doors for a lot of people. And it's going to open people up to getting more involved in marbles. And I know, like, you got to understand, we've been in this for 7 years and we've changed it a lot. And we've listened all along the way and we've done things that go against what you guys want, that go for what you guys want. And it's challenging to 100% meet in the middle and do everything that you guys want and everything that you guys don't want, and ensure that everything you guys don't want don't happen. Because we also want to achieve things and try new ideas, right? So even when you guys are like really against something, sometimes it pushes me to go, maybe we should really try this because it might shake things up. Because, with complacency comes pain. Like you're just not evolving anymore. So that's where we're kind of heading. And yeah, I've been excited every time I talk to the team about the changes that are coming to like the system. It's very exciting to me because I can't, like, over the years we've tried to do so many ideas, but it's always been a challenge to reach them because of how limiting our system was.
Yeah.
Like changing your name, right? You change your name, you lose your gem run. And we got to handle that in the back end. I only do that in between seasons because I got to update 2 spreadsheets and then put that into another thing. So it causes a ripple effect of work, right? And sometimes we're just busy working on other stuff. But now with the new system, that's automated, right? So when you change your name, it won't even impact us. Like it'll just work because we're no longer tracking usernames, we're tracking your user ID. So it's a lot cleaner and it works a lot across the board. And then just the ability to plug in multiple platforms. That's huge. Like being able, like you guys, the goal is that a streamer could stream to multiple platforms and welcome players from all platforms that we have plugged in. So you could essentially, let's say we have X and YouTube plugged in, you can accept racers from all 3 sides. And we'll know who they are, what platform they're from, and we could potentially do platform specific leaderboards. And then we could do things like platform v platform, right? So like YouTube versus X versus Twitch, and we can have competitions across creators across all these platforms, and everybody can be competing in that way. We've also built in a way for us to track which skins are being raced with. So this could enable us to do a leaderboard based on skins. What's one of the biggest events in the community right now? It's the Marbles World Cup, right? On Saturdays with Sportscast. Yeah. So they use the skin to track kind of who's doing what. Now imagine that at a global scale. Imagine we can do that with the entire community every season or every week or whatever, and you guys can race for your country, or maybe you can race with your community skin, like with your streamer skin, and that could be its own competition. So we can do all this fun stuff now because we have a better data system, and that is like I as a player I understand it probably just sounds like gibberish, but it truly opens the doors for what we're able to do with marble racing. And I think it's going to open the doors for what creators are going to be able to do with the game. And then that's going to expand to across all platforms. As many platforms as we can plug into. And even Discord we want to do. So at minimum, hopefully some platforms will get plugged into. Even if it's not a part of the season, you'll be able to still play, customize. Like imagine racing in Discord every Sunday with your tight-knit community, right? And you just accept people from a private channel or something. And you play some marbles and do a separate, whatever you want to do. Like being able to hop around, we know creators exist across multiple platforms now. There's no question, right? At minimum, most streamers are on their streaming platform and on Discord. Well, now we're seeing streamers across all platforms live, and then they also have their Discord, and some have Telegram. Like it's widespread, and people are all over the place. So I think we're seeing the kind of diversification of streaming. And when I say diversification, I mean like across platforms. And it's no longer about like Twitch is king and this is king. It's just like being live is king. And where you can be live in all places as possible is what will make you successful as a creator. And at the end of the day, we're building for creators. That's what this game is for. So the health of the game, the health of the creator, and the health of the community of the creator, and allowing the creators to do as much as possible. And then the competition will be like the formation of a lot of data that we want to incentivize. But you guys can always do whatever you want beyond what we want you to do in the game. And the race pass will guide players throughout the game and reward players who are hopping around all modes. That's another thing. The race pass is intended to satisfy players across all modes. Tilted, Royale, Racing. So hopefully cutting nobody out, maybe even marble up. That's something that people have been wanting for so long. That's another thing we know that needs to be achieved. It's just challenging to achieve it with our current frame.
Right. Well, hell yeah.
I'm hyped. Like, I'm super hyped. I can't express that enough. I know change is going to be painful, but we're going to do it.
It always is painful.
And the Discord is always open. As long as you come in and be respectful, even if you're passionate, just be respectful. Put your opinions out there, and you're going to get people rebuttaling it, coming in, being like, no, that's a bad idea. Oh, that's a great idea. That's how the hot dog got into the tournament chest. Just remember that. How many months did that take? 6? 12? Of just people spamming hot dogs.
Hot dog.
But it made it. That's the key. It made it.
Yep. If the road was smooth, it wouldn't be any fun, you know?
No.
Straight and smooth. So boring.
Is there anything you want to specifically dive into, or anything to tie some loose knots that maybe I left open?
Oh man, not specifically. I want to see it happen next season. I don't want to wait another season.
I know. We're on the same page. Trust me. Like the teams, specifically Kegstand, he's grinding his face off to get this done. Trust me. It's just massive. Like I said, we started plugging it in 2 weeks ago, and it's just hurdle after hurdle. Noticing things are kind of like inaccurate or something's not reporting right. It's okay. So let's fix that bug. Let's make sure this is all clean as clean as possible for when this lands. because there's going to be other issues. I guarantee it. There's going to be challenges that we need to face that we're not aware of when we go at scale, right? When everybody's playing, that we're just going to have to work through. And yeah, so if we're delayed, it's because we really feel like we have to wait. And I apologize for getting everybody hyped up so soon, but I can promise you the team is working as hard and as fast as possible to achieve these goals. And we want to get it out to you guys ASAP.
Hell yeah.
Tiara won?
Yeah.
What is this?
Right?
Yo, speaking of Tiara, did you notice Tiara and Danny had the exact same race count?
No.
In their total races in the leaderboard?
Wild.
Yeah. They've been scheming.
That's scheming. Right schemers. I guess, I've been trying to dabble in the multi-streaming myself, as you know. Yeah. Right now, I'm live everywhere except TikTok, I think. And I don't know. I'm messing with it, but yeah. That'll be a thing. Like, I don't know. Was that answered today? Like, if a streamer is on multiple, like, what happens if you're playing on Twitch and
I explained it. I just explained it, bro. Where were you?
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Where was I?
So yeah, like, if you're streaming on multiple platforms, the big idea, I don't know if that'll happen right away, but the idea is that you could be live on Twitch and YouTube. Let's say those are the places you're live. Yeah. And we have those integrated. Then you can accept racers from both platforms into the race. Right? And then the leaderboards will just be separated. So you won't be racing as Spoo under the same header, basically. You'll be on different platforms.
Yeah.
People meme about other platforms, like I see. I won't say it out loud, but like, it's possible. There's nothing like a creator is a creator across all platforms. And if you disparage people on different platforms, like, what makes you any better, right? So anything's possible. If there's enough creators that are going, yo, I want to roll marbles, we'll look at it and we'll assess it. And if it's possible, and it's
haters
not like,
gonna hate and haters gonna ain't.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's just another stream. And then I'll have to stream on there.
Yeah.
But yeah. It is what it is. But yeah, one step at a time. Like, if we're at the pace of like one platform a season, like, we're looking until the end of the year until like really, and that's an aggressive rate. Like, if we hit one platform a season, that'll be insane. I think the momentum going into the summer will be wild. Like, let's say we hit, February, it's like YouTube. Then it's like April, let's say we hit X. Right? June, maybe we hit Kick.
Am I gonna be slurping 3 times the stamina by multi-streaming?
No, because you're still running one race.
Yeah.
Like, it's still one race. You're just accepting players from multiple platforms. That's all.
I accept you. Yeah, and TikTok will never be a thing, right? Because they don't, unless they...
Yeah, who knows? Like, maybe we can push the boundaries. Or I know Stream Elements is also pushing the boundaries with multi-streaming. Like, they're starting to build their platform for this. Somebody's going to break the wall. Like, it doesn't make sense for platforms not to allow people to tie into them. It doesn't make sense because you're cutting out features. You're cutting out developers. And what do they say? Follow the developers, right? If you want to... Developers... Developers,
I've been hearing TikTok's getting shut down since the beginning of time, dude. It's
always getting shut down.
It's not. Yeah, it's nonstop.
That's another thing. That's only, like, you're talking about the states, right? You're talking about one country.
Yeah.
There's multiple countries out there. There's multiple people all over the world.
Yeah.
Like, Germany's like our second. I think it's our second biggest player base for marbles.
A lot of them out there, rolling.
Yeah, man. So yeah, we'll just do our best to build for everybody as best as possible. And like I said, man, there's a potential for a off-season to be happening every off-season, and that off-season can be a fest. And we can automate everything. So, like, we're in Imagine territory, okay?
We're in the what now?
Imaginary territory.
The imaginary territory.
Yeah. So, like, picture this. Season ends, right? It starts tracking on an off-season data. And then during the off-season, we call it Marble Fest. And then anybody can participate in Marble Fest and host specific races maybe, or maybe a specific GP maybe once a day or twice a day, where they can participate in Marble Fest and give away some marble rewards during the weekend. To me, I think that is a possible evolution to the fests, and it also expands it for more people to be involved in it.
Mm-hmm.
Us selecting a group of people every season, it's challenging. It always leaves people out that we don't see, right? So I think this just makes sense. Like we go open the doors, and then there could be fests that run within the fest. Anybody can deploy during a fest and give away rewards to their community for participating during fest periods. So that's an idea. Like it's just an idea right now, but it's something that I'd like to push for, that the new system allows us to achieve because it's framed better. It allows us to turn knobs and just be like, okay, let's listen to data now. Let's track it here. Let's track it like this. So just another reason why, yeah, it might be delayed, but it opens the doors for some big ideas that takes us past this us having to decide everything.
Yeah.
Like we should just develop the game and develop the tools for you guys to layer with. It's like the gifting system on the website. We have only seen it empower people.
Yeah.
Right? Streamers can now gift out stuff from the game, whether it be $1, whether it be $10 from the shop that goes right into the user's account.
And that's the best part too, is like you could just do $1 if you know what I mean? Like it doesn't have to be anything crazy.
Yeah.
But it's still hype for people, and you can hype it up. You know, it's all about, if you're a streamer or a creator, like you set the pace. You could be giving out nothing and make it hype. You know what I mean? Like don't get in your heads about that sort of stuff. If you see people giving out all this great stuff, it's you. Like people are there for you. The prizes will bring people in for sure. It'll help bring people in, but like people are going to stick around for you. So yeah.
It's amazing.
I definitely give out abuse.
You know what? I think I'll chime out at this point.
Yeah, we got one more in this Grand Prix, one more race. So
okay.
We'll finish this out and then. But I had something, but I lost it while listening.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure, guys. Like I can't express that enough. Like we're going into the end of the year. We got the holiday season.
Oh.
Those stuff will be going on, whether it's the new system or not. There's still cool things. Like we're working with POG again. Stay in tune with that. Just dive in. We're not stopping. All we've been doing is just working aggressively on a very powerful data system, and we hope that it brings more utility to the game and to all the things that we're building around the game.
There was just a question about more platform expansion to like Rumble. So it all depends on, you know, like Pixel said, first he's going to do YouTube and then X, and then it's kind of just like by demand and what's available and what's possible and things like that.
Yeah, well, like it's on the list. Like Rumble I put there because I mean, whatever your opinions are about Dr. Disrespect and that platform, the fact is that it's a platform and there's creators there. Mm-hmm. So we'll continue trying to expand.
I mean, I have opinions about Twitch streamers as well.
Yeah. I mean, like there's a whole thing going on with Twitch right now, right? With a whole bunch of advertising stuff. It might be rumors. It might be real. People leaving, people going here, people going there. Like at the end of the day, we're just trying to work forward and get plugged in so that creators can plug in as they see fit. And we know we're just going to try to hit creators whichever platforms they're playing on or they want to play on. So raise your voices, come to Discord, create a discussion for the platform you're interested in, and we'll do our best to plug into the places that you want to play.
Yeah, grab those usernames. Well.
Thanks, Spoo. Thanks for giving me a platform to speak about this. And
yeah. Thank you, man. It's always great to chat. Like this is, I know it's super helpful for me. Like, you know, once I had a kid, life just got insane. Like it's so hard to keep up with stuff. So like
for sure,
things like this are super helpful for me. I know they're helpful for others. Again, it's being recorded to YouTube, and I'll chop that. I'll chop that right when we're done here, or maybe I chop it right now, and then you guys can go watch that on my YouTube if you want.
If you guys want, like, if I said something during this, grab a clip of what you want clarified, throw it on X at the Unknown Marbler, and I'll do my best to explain myself. If you need further explanation, and let's like create a little, X Storm chatter about today. If you need anything clarified, I'll do my best. Like I spend a lot of time on X reading, so let's use it, and I'll do my best to kind of clarify anything, and I'll be honest. And if there's something I can't answer or don't want to answer, I'll let you know.
Heck yeah. And like, there's so many eyes on X. And the more that we are out there talking about whatever, even if it's just blasting Pixel with stuff and clips and questions and whatever, the more that the Marbles community and Marbles in general is going to get noticed, the more we're all going to grow. And, the platform expansion is going to be huge as well. So all this stuff is just helpful if you care to help out the community and spread the things that, maybe you just love Marbles and you want more people to get involved in, or maybe you just want to play, whatever. I just want to remind people of the importance of the eyes on all these other platforms. And it's something I've been talking about with, Twitch is trying to get people to clip more and spread that around too. And Twitch is trying to do that same thing, just trying to get eyes on their platform by getting the people who enjoy their platform to spread the content.
Right.
So,
yeah, get loud. It's so important for you as a creator, even, right? Or if you support a creator, like, talk about them. Talk about what you're excited about them on other platforms. And definitely if you're a creator, talk on other platforms. It's huge. It has such a big impact.
Yeah. So I just ended the YouTube thing.